Are writing conferences beneficial for editors? My name is Gina. I'm an author, editor, publishing professional. I help you make your writing better. Yeah, absolutely, they are. Aside from being a great opportunity for networking and for finding new clients, if that is what you are trying to do, they are professional conferences. So there will be classes taught by other professional editors. There will be classes taught by authors. And wouldn't that be great? Like, just sit and listen to your potential clients and your potential collaborators for hours at a time and hear their perspectives and what they are hoping for in feedback and the way that they go about constructing stories. The mid-size and large conferences will also often offer tracks where they will list out like, hey, if you are a brand new writer, these are the classes that we think might be most beneficial for you. Nobody's going to force you to go to those classes that are on your specific track, but they're just going to like point them out and be like, hey, this might make the conference more enjoyable for you. So there will often be like a professional track, an academic track, a track for self-publishers. Those are sort of like the basics, like beginners, trad pub, self pub, industry pros, academics. Those are usually most mid-sized and big conferences are going to highlight and point out like, hey, these are the ones that we think might be most beneficial for you. The big conferences, so like your SIFWAs and RWAs and like the big 10,000 person attendee AWPs, like these huge conferences, they will often have multiple tracks, many tracks for you to choose from, in which you can dial in and be like, I'm a comedy screenwriter. Which classes are going to be most helpful for me? But I don't recommend going to just the classes that you automatically think are going to apply directly to your work. I don't work in marketing, but every conference that I go to, I try to sit in on at least one marketing class because that is so outside my wheelhouse. I work alongside self publishers, I work alongside literary agents. And so these are people that are actively involved in marketing and are actively involved in those conversations. And I need to be able to hang. I need to be able to keep up and understand what they are talking about, even though I'm never going to pretend to be an expert and offer my expertise in that area. It's just good for me to understand what they're talking about when they are having these conversations because this is the professional space that I work in. And if you are a teacher, there is almost always going to be an opportunity for you to use this as continuing education in order to recertify your hours. So make sure you talk to the conference registration people, and they should be able to get you a certificate, even if you are not an English teacher or a literature teacher, because these conferences are about like providing meaningful feedback and like there's stuff in here that applies to most teachers. It's almost always going to count for your certification hours. Oh, and that $10 off code that I have for story makers is still good. You can still use that Gina 10 and you go to the first link on my Linktree bio and you can use that conference code discount.